Hi guys, welcome to another top 3 video. Today we're going to talk all about the top 3 Necron Catan powers and why they're so good. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and notifications bell just in the corner over there so you know each time we release one of these videos. Let's get straight to it. Top 3 Necron Catan powers. First thing to say is I have not included the Catan specific ones. So the Gaze of Death from the Nightbringer, the Voltaic Storm from the Void Dragon, or the Deceiver. I've not included the powers that they can take on their own because I think situationally they're all better than the other powers you can take if you're in range or targeting the right thing. For example, if you're going for a vehicle, there's probably no Catan power better than the Voltaic Storm. And if you're within 9 inches of someone, there's no other Catan power that gives you the chance of doing 3d3 mortal wounds like Gaze of Death. So they are obviously the best ones situationally. So what we've done is we've gone for the regular 6 and we're going to choose the best 3 and tell you why. In at number 3, we've got Sky of Falling Stars. Now, I think this is great because you get to choose 3 units within 24 inches of your Catan. It doesn't matter if you can see them or not, and I think that's the important thing. And basically, you roll a d6. If the result is a 1 to 5, so it always fails on a 6. If the result is a 1 to 5, and it's less than the number of models in the target unit, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. It's really nice because people are taking little annoying units to hold objectives and do secondaries. So, for example, Sisters have got Crusaders, little 2-man units of Crusaders. You've then got like the Assassins, the Death Cult Assassins that people are taking. They're little 2-man units as well. And then people take 5-man units of like Swooping Hawks and things like that. So it's not that great against the 2-man units or 3-man units because you've got to roll a 1 or a 2 to do the mortal wounds. But against like the 5-man units people are using to get like their retrieve data and stuff like that, they're perfect. Like if you play against other Necrons, people have got flayed ones. If you play against Swooping Hawks, if you play against Scouts, there's so many things where people have 5-man units that hold objectives for them. So on a 1 to 4, that unit just takes D3 mortal wounds. And most of the time, they're 1 wound models that people are just chucking out to do those things. So they're going to lose like half their squad for no reason. And if you get to choose 3 units to do that on, that's a lot of mortal wound output. In at number 2, we've got Antimatter Meteor. Now, I know this is number 1 for a lot of people. And I'm going to explain to you when we get to number 1 why that is a better choice than this. So Antimatter Meteor, you roll a d6. And on a 3 to 5, the closest visible enemy unit within 24 inches takes 3 mortal wounds. Just 3 mortal wounds, not D3, 3 mortal wounds. But if you roll a 6, they take D3 plus 3 mortal wounds, which is very powerful. Now, the reason why it comes in at number 2 and it doesn't come in at number 1 for me is A, it's the nearest visible enemy unit, so you can't choose who takes these mortal wounds. You have no choice in the matter. You've got an 8-inch move to get wherever you want, and then after that, it's the closest unit. So your opponent can manipulate it very well. And number 2, it goes off on a 3+. So on a 1 or a 2, you just fail. A third of the time, you'll do nothing. So that's why it comes in at number 2 for me. It's at number 2 because the other ones like Cosmic Fire and stuff like that are not very great in my opinion. I would still take this over any of the others. But number 1 is number 1 for a reason. And that is Transdimensional Thunderbolt. Now, this is perfect. You select 1 enemy unit within 24 inches and visible to the Catan. You roll a d6 and on a 2+, that unit takes D3 mortal wounds. But then you roll a d6 for each enemy unit within 3 inches of the selected unit. Not model, within 3 inches of the selected unit. And on a 4+, the unit also suffers a mortal wound. So again, we're addressing all the issues there. It's not the closest visible unit. It's just any visible unit within 24 inches. Of course, you can't target a character with 9 wounds or less with this if they're within 3 inches of any unit. If they're not, then you can target them freely. But basically, you're getting to choose your target rather than it just being the nearest visible enemy unit. And also, it happens on a 2+. So yeah, you only do D3 mortal wounds, but you could still roll a 3 on that. But the chances of it going off are 16% better than Antimatter Meteor. And just D3 mortal wounds is better than none 33% of the time. So that's why this, for me, is the best one. And it does splash damage as well and hurts other units nearby. So these are my top 3 Catan powers. If you have any that are working specifically well for you, please leave them in the comments below for everybody to share and grow. And until the next video, guys, I'll see you later.